Distance learning has been a new adventure and a journey for all of us. And we've appreciated all of the feedback that we have received from students and parents. And one question we often get is, how can I monitor my students' work? How can I verify they're doing what they need to be doing? I ask my student if they're turning in their work. They say yes, they show me their computer. It looks good, and then I get a phone call from the teacher saying something different, and I don't really know what to look for. So we heard these requests, and we're trying to figure out ways to better communicate with our parents on how to monitor their students' work. And the first piece of advice we gave a few months back was to email your student's first period teacher. Give them your email address and request that you be added as a guardian to your student's Google Classroom account. What this would do is at the end of every week, Google Classroom would automatically send you an email giving you a progress report update on the assignments that your student has turned in or still has missing. However, since we gave out that advice, we've been noticing some flaws with that, and it's not the most accurate as far as reporting the information for a couple different reasons. So we discovered the best way to have parents monitor their students' progress is to have your student log into their Google Classroom and look at it from there. So when your student logs into their Google Classroom, you're going to see something similar to this screen. You're going to see all their different classes. So we have our math class, my floral class, my history class. But what we want to look at today is our Med Bio 5th period class with Mr. Fry. So you'll come into a screen like this, and where you want to look first is in the top center where it says Classwork. So you'll click on there, and here's where you'll see all of the assignments that the teacher has given. But as the parent, what you really want to focus on in that top left area of your screen is View Your Work. So you'll click on View Your Work, and here is where you'll have a much better understanding of what your student has been doing or has not been doing. Now still, there's more to look for. So as you could tell looking at the initial screen, I'm not doing too well. We see in red some missing assignments. We see that I have turned in some work. There's been something that's assigned, but it's not late yet. It's not due. Now, one of the flaws that we found with the weekly Guardian email, the update that we get from Google Classroom, is if a student here gets a score of a 0 because they didn't turn it in, well, it's no longer registered as missing. So when you get that weekly progress report, this assignment is no longer a missing assignment, so it's not going to show up. So when teachers add that as a graded assignment, it's no longer added to the weekly progress report that Google Classroom sends out. So that's why that's one of the flaws that we found with that. And that's why this screen is a much more accurate way for you to see what your student has done or has not done. Now, a couple areas I want to point out to you, and we can look here at an assignment that I turned in. Here we go. We see I have an assignment called Day 27, Burning Paper, and I've turned it in. So I'll click on that assignment, and then you'll click View Details. So when you look at the details, the first thing the parent will see is, oh, there was something attached. So click on that, and you'll notice that this actually wasn't something I attached, it was something the teacher attached. This was what me as a student, I was supposed to read, and then it was a quick multiple choice question. And then down here, it asked me to explain my thinking and describe what happened. So there's an area, if I didn't already turn it in, where I would be able to type my answer. You'll notice that I was being a sneaky student and just put a period and clicked turn in. I did this maybe because I didn't want it to show that I had missing assignments. I figured if I just click turn in, maybe the teacher won't notice and they'll give me a grade. Whatever the reason, I didn't actually answer the work. my answer was just a period. So that would explain why the teacher gave me a 0 or did not even give me credit for that assignment. So that's one area, and you could see here the period that I put as my answer. One area you can look, here's another assignment, Punnett square work. It says that I turned it in. It shows that there's an attachment. So again, my parent's going to look at this and think, awesome, my kid turned in their work. Well, let's click on it and see. Okay, it's still looking good. You see my name there. It's got a Google Doc attached to it. Let's open it up. So here we see I have my assignment, but as you look at it, you'll notice it's totally blank. I have not put in any answers. I kind of did the same thing as I did in that last assignment. Up here, normally it would say turn in, but since I already clicked that button and I already turned it in, that's why I received a 0% on this assignment. Now, if the teacher wanted to be nice and wanted to give me another chance to redo this assignment for credit, I could then click Request Edit Access, and then the teacher can reopen this assignment for me to do it and submit it the correct way. So just because you see an attachment was included with the assignment, it doesn't necessarily mean that your student turned in their work. I did the same thing, I believe, here with the sugar water. We see there's an attachment. I turned it in. So we click on the attachment. Okay, here's the question. And it's a PDF document, so I can only see it and view it. And then I could have either typed in an answer or I could have added my own document to submit here. So those are a couple things that we've noticed with students. They'll just click the turn in button so it shows that the assignments were turned in, but really there is nothing attached. Now, up here, my most recent assignment was turned in. We see an attachment, so we open it up. And I finally did some work. So here you can see that all the areas were filled in. Scroll down. Okay, maybe I didn't do all my work. I did submit it, but if my teacher wants to allow me the ability to finish the rest of the assignment, I can click Request Edit Access, and then I'll be able to finish my assignment. But this, we can finally start to see that I am submitting work, I am doing my work, and my teacher will have something finally to grade. So on the left, you can see different assignments here, but I prefer to look at it from where we just were in the All tab. But these are all the assigned assignments, and as you can see, I have many missing assignments. We scroll up. So if your student is struggling, this can be an area that you focus on first, and they can start making up their missing assignments. Here is returned work. So this is work that I have submitted and received a grade for. So whether it be a 0 or a 2 or a 1, my teacher has graded and returned this assignment to me. And then here's another tab for all of my missing assignments. However, I prefer to just live in the all area so you have a better view of everything. So this is an area that we think you can see a better view, a better picture of all the work that your student has been doing or has not been doing. So when you find an assignment that your student needs to work on, you click the View Details, and then in here, you'll find the instructions from the teacher. So post a screenshot showing your mastery of the 12 genetic diseases. So I'll click on that Quizlet link. I'll see what the assignment is. I can add a Google Doc. So if I want to create a presentation, a slideshow presentation, I can add that to here. If that's how I want to show my mastery of the 12 genetic diseases, I can create a video and I can add it here, or I can just type up an assignment in Google Word, in Google Docs, and I can turn it in there. And once I add my assignment, I can then mark it as done, and then my teacher will know that I received the assignment. Now, if I'm confused on the assignment, I can go down here to private comments and type to my teacher, am I allowed to submit a YouTube video? And then my teacher will see this comment, and then they'll respond back to me, and it will be private between just myself and the teacher, and I don't have to worry about my classmates seeing it. So hopefully that will help parents better understand what to look for when looking in their students' Google Classroom. We understand this is very new for all of us, for the parents, the students, the teachers, and while many parents are trying to be supportive and be on top of their kids, it's hard when you don't know what to look for. So hopefully this video provided you with a little bit of guidance on how to look a little deeper into your students' work, into their assignments. And please, if you have more questions, if you have more concerns, if you have more recommendations, please don't hold back. Let us know. We're in this all together. We're working as a team, and our students' success is number one, and we want to be there to help support in any way we can. So hopefully this video helped. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to your school site, and we'll be there for you. Enjoy distance learning, and have a good rest of the school year.